Charlotte, thanks for your time today. Can you provide your thoughts on the season so far, reflecting on the progress the club and the women's team in particular have made?
Yeah, no, it's been a season of real learning so far. I think that's safe to say. In terms of growth, we've seen plenty of that already. In terms of our professionalism, standards, expectations, both on and off the pitch. I mean, ideally, we would like more consistency in the results. However, that's football, and we are committed as a club from top to bottom to create long-term sustainability and growth. I think there is work to do. Everyone knows that, but the foundations are very much in place, and we're very much developing on those. For example, if we're talking about growth, if we just look at our attendance, for example, straight away, I would like to thank the supporters, but we look at the growth in how many people are engaging in the club, attending our games, and if you just look at the stats alone, we've doubled our average attendance so far this season, the first 10 games, which is great. So growth alone in terms of on the pitch, off the pitch, it's definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, and like you say there, obviously we've seen a number of young players join and progress into the women's team this season. Having been involved in the club's female pathway, do you think that's a reflection of the success that pathway's had?
Hugely, and that's what the pathway is there to do. So it's great to see so many young, talented, local female players not only be involved at some point within our pathway, but some of which have come all the way through, some of which have come in, come out for their own development and personal reasons. Like Belle, for example, she was with us for a couple of seasons, needed first team minutes, women's minutes, so went to City and then has rejoined us. So every person's and individual's journey has been different, but our pathway's there to support holistic development and get ultimately 6-year-olds into our first team one day, which if you look at the players that are now involved, I think we had 7 the other day in our County Cup squad, under 18s or again have been involved previously. It's great. I think don't just look at the top, we look at each individual step of our pathway and its value. So we've got our under 8s all the way up to our first team. We've introduced our under 18s JPL 3 years ago. We introduced our under 16s JPL team this season. So we're constantly evaluating the pathway, the purpose, the development, and the support in which ultimately we want to produce first team players. And like the introduction of the under 16s, supports the transition from players from ETC under 14s into our 18s, which again, you've seen the success in our 18s now making steps and appearances in our first team. So the pathway is definitely working. It's definitely becoming more established. We're always looking at ways to develop it further, but just goes to show that it's working, and I'm delighted with how it's going so far.
Yeah, and you used that word transition there. I think there's a real buzz at the moment about what's coming next for the women's team. How happy are you with the direction and the strategy for the women's side?
I'm really happy in the direction that it's going. Again, on and off the pitch, there's a lot of work that's going on behind the scenes that I wish I could divulge now, but there'll be more information coming about what's been going on behind the scenes. But the direction's positive, which is the main thing. It's in the right direction, and we're continuing to work on the strategy. It's not a short-term project. It's definitely a long-term project. We are continuing to create an environment, a professional environment for players that have been with us, not just short-term but long-term. And for the likes of, for example, Lauren Rouse and Lauren Webb, who have been here multiple years and have achieved their 100 caps, we look to celebrate those that have committed to us and value our club's values and what we're offering to them. And then again, you flip it to the young generation that are coming through and have seen that we are creating an environment which is right for them. And in that strategy, they are buying into what we're looking to achieve as a club. So in terms of the direction, I'm definitely happy with where it's going. It's not a short-term project, it's a long-term project, but we are looking to continue to build on that. Lots of things going on behind the scenes, which will, in time, hopefully, further develop what our season will look like, not just this year, but also for seasons to come.
And just looking back now earlier on in the season, our game at the Abbey versus QPR in October was a huge success with a club record number of fans attending. We're once again obviously returning to the Abbey in March as we welcome London Bees on the 29th. How big an event is that going to be?
I'm really excited. There's a real buzz about the game. As soon as we got the date in the diary at the start of the season, plans sort of started from then and now really, developing and hotting up. I think the game that we held here against QPR, just to get the attendance record alone, really shows the increased interest from local grassroots teams, the community, our pathway players, and not just that, just the wider club and support net that we have here at Cambridge United. So, for example, we're seeing that more men's season ticket holders are attending not just games here or the game here that was back in October, but the games that we host in St Neots. So there's a real buzz about where we're going as a women's team, but in particular, that game here, the atmosphere really creates something special for the girls to play in. Might be a little bit daunting for them, but ultimately that's where and what we want to achieve long term and consistently. I think the game here in March is going to be a tough one. I don't think we're under no illusion about that. London Bees having a great season, had a great run in the FA Cup, only played Liverpool the other day, and I think they currently sit third in the table. So it's going to be a competitive game. It's one I'm really looking forward to, and I can't say too much right now, but we've got an exciting project going on. Let's just say that I don't think we'll just be going to try and achieve breaking one record at the game. But yeah, I would like to say to supporters, thank you for those that attended against the QPR game. This is an opportunity to come and get involved again and support the girls in what will be is set to be a cracking match, and an experience as well that they could be in part of. So yeah, tickets are available online, 29th of March. Hopefully we'll see them all there.
All right, thanks for your time, Charlotte.
Thanks, Ollie.